So I had this idea earlier in the fall to challenge myself to create outfits for all seasons without buying anything new. It was challenging, but also gratifying to figure out a way to break down what it takes to find my style. So today I want to share with you how this experiment helped me translate my most relentless pursuit, express the various aspects of my nature with what I already have, utilizing only the elements of style, but mostly employing contradiction. If this sounds interesting, then watch until the end. I find contradiction to be one of the most fascinating features of the human mind. That by mere virtue of existing, we contradict ourselves. It's like on the one hand, I feel safe within the guardrails of some conventional belief, but on the other, I'm relentlessly seduced by reinvention. Therefore, I'm always dwelling back and forth in between these two worlds when I'm getting dressed. Okay, I'm gonna start with something I wear only occasionally and see how else I can wear it. Take this dress, for example. It's a cocktail dress that in most people's mind would normally style it with pumps and a cute bag perhaps and call it a day. But for me, it doesn't work this way. I immediately think of what would be the antithesis of that elevated vibe. For me, being creative implies getting rid of conventions of how things should be styled. So instead of thinking to style it as a dress, I thought of styling it as a tunic with straight leg pants. I guess you could also style it with jeans. So you can see how it immediately gets toned down and ready to be worn anywhere I want. Another example is this organza see-through top. A solution to transform it to a day look was to pair it with relaxed jeanie pants and flat thongs. It's up to you whether you want to showcase your bra or wear a tank top underneath. That would work too. A cute pink bag not only breaks the blackness, but also adds a touch of feminine, almost innocence to this look. And for this other look, I thought I'd pair two textures in a tonal look in the form of a brown wool sweater and brown faux leather pantsuit skirt, layered with a white t-shirt and white shirt. What could be more classic than that? And honestly, I could stop right here. But why not take it further by adding blue tights and silver slingback shoes? Just a reminder, this isn't about right or wrong. It's about creating something new from what you already have and thinking of different ways of styling your clothes. And here is a more conventional layering that would work perfectly during fall. I started with a rag turtleneck as a base, and from there I built the layers with a brown sweater styled with black pants. But if you think about it, what makes this outfit is the white sock and golden shoes. So again, I love the textures here, but it's way too classic for me. So I thought of, instead of changing one of the items, I would add contrast in the form of color. For me, a surprising pop of contrasting was just the thing I needed to feel different and interesting. But this is me. You have to come up with your own solution and, most importantly, own it. And finally, with the items that we normally only wear during the festive season, a tube sequin top styled with jeanie pants again, which by the way are so in at the moment, and flat lace sandals, golden jewelry, and sparkly mini bag. What's curious about this look is that the only item that tones everything down is the shoe. See how strongly a shoe determines the status of a look. Styling interprets itself in different ways at different times. What I mean is, we can repurpose the function of an item. Let me explain. Take another classic item, for example, like an otherwise mundane button-down shirt. If you only think of wearing it buttoned up, think again. Perhaps you could skip one hole, wear it backwards, which are already shown here. But let's think outside the box and wear the collar like this. I actually saw this at the Mango site and found it super cool. Simplicity that works its magic. But my favorite way to wear a classic shirt these days is layering it. But not as you normally would. Layering it with another shirt, particularly contrasting colors like this. It just has the power to transform a very boring outfit into something. It just goes to show we don't need much to look different, interesting, surprising. Some of the outfits can be out there for some. So my intention is not for you to copy them, but show you how far we can go. I'm a risk taker. Maybe you are even more than I am. It's not a competition. We're talking personal style here. I'm giving you permission to be who you are. Being in my 50s, I know myself sufficiently enough to access the totality of what I'm trading in. I think it has something to do with the tension between pettiness and wisdom, what matters and what doesn't. It's way more about how it feels when I'm out the door than any fear of judgment or insecurities than anything else. I know this because of how it plays out in my clothes. Just last night, I wore a formal pantsuit with flip-flops. Pretty sure it couldn't have worked any other way. And since we are in the color realm, here's a total neutral look that worn like this would make me yawn, honestly. So I thought I brought color down there. Not just one color, but two. When we think about color coordination, we know that neutrals and brights work perfectly together. Speaking on the bright sides, we also know that blue and green happen to be one of the most stylish color combos. So why not bring the best of both worlds together in the most subtle way, like just a nudge? And wearing the same colors down there, here's a version of a Yves Saint Laurent suit woman, only more feminine and colorful. Now, I kid you not, I almost tossed this dress away the other day because I haven't been inspired to wear it. But then I decided to give it another go and started to play with it, following the same thought process as the previous look. So I thought monochromatics love bright colors, and I happen to love animal print with red, but then it would be too predictable. So I went ahead and added another bright color, but this time thinking of adding contrasting to the red, and it turned out really good, I think. And here I thought I made an office look more interesting by throwing animal print into the mix, which is always fun. The base of the outfit is super basic. A plain white shirt, an A-line pleated skirt, but then the addition of the leopard print blazer plus the red sweater worn across my waist add that touch of je ne sais quoi. White pumps finish off the look. And lastly, adding flair. Keep the base very simple so you can focus on one piece and then build around it without having to worry about your base. It's how you restore your nervous systems before you pursue risk. This look bread and butter is all about the blazer and the Bermuda. And honestly, it could go the boring lane pretty quickly if not for that silk top flair. That ethereal top really enlivens this outfit. But it's also about the proportions and textures with the Bermudas and the sweater warners about to create a bit of shape. The blazer envelopes everything and brings it down to earth, literally though. Flair can also easily be achieved by simply adding printed tights to an all-black look, like here. It's a great way to insert animal print in small doses if you aren't willing to go all the way. Imagine how boring this outfit would be without the tights. So now I'm thinking, it's so simple, not easy, but simple. I know exactly what it is that I want my clothes to help me do, and it doesn't seem as mysterious. I can wield it in tons of ways that don't necessitate overconsumption, or really any at all, if I don't wish. And even more, I can help you develop the tools to uncover your own style, so that you are armed with the same secret weapon of knowing your style and how to use it. Use it in good faith, to make a strong point about yourself, not to point a finger at someone else. One of the ways I found was to force myself to be more creative in my styling. No question, the most fun part, once all the foundational pieces have been established. polished. We soup up the clothes with the accents, which sometimes actually end up being where the person's style truly shines. Let me know if this is something you'd like me to dig into more or help you with to find your ideal image, one that excites you. I think you would work best if we do it together. So please reach out or comment with any questions, thoughts, or feedback. My goal is to help arm you with the movable feast of knowing your style and thus yielding your confidence. If you use this weapon for good, all the better. Thanks for watching and have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.